Hello, welcome to episode number 10 of the BlameARGO podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Richard, with our other co-host, Dallas. How are you doing?
Episode 10. I'm a little shocked. I'm good, but that kind of took me by surprise. Wow.
Wait till we get to 100. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you. How about yourself, sir?
I'm doing great. We are back in the swing of things, man. This is our third episode in like a week.
I know. Some momentum here. I like it.
Yeah, so I am a little housekeeping. I'm going to start posting the episodes the same day on podcast services and on YouTube. So whichever one you prefer, you can watch it wherever. If you want to listen to it on podcast service, or if you want to listen to it over on YouTube, whatever you want to do, it's going to be on youtube.com/BlameARGO. But before we get into our discussions and everything, I'm going to add a little new segment to this episode, and we'll see if anyone likes it, or if we like it, if we want to continue it, or if it'll be a one-off thing.
Yeah, mainly if we like it. We don't care so much if you like it. I kid.
That is true.
I kid.
That's true. I guess doozies. But first off, let me remind everyone of the BlameARGO podcast is it's a roundtable discussion among friends on various topics. Each person will bring one topic or question to the table for us to talk about. This can vary from video games, pop culture, movies, TV shows, what ifs, really anything that comes to mind. In this episode, it is just me and Dallas, so we're going to have two topics. I'm also going to, while I'm saying that, on the YouTube video, I will timestamp them. So if people want to fast forward or go to a specific topic, they are more than welcome to. But let's go into I need to figure out an intro for it. Because, I figured out an intro to like a synopsis of the podcast. But now I need to figure out
for this segment.
And I just thought of it like 10 minutes before we started. And so now I'm a little panicking internally because I don't really know how to lead into it. So
just throw it out there at this point.
It is going to be, I'm trying to figure out a name. I mean, maybe you, Dallas, if you have a better name. I was thinking like the odd news story of the week, but that seems so cool.
You said the oddball, the oddball news story of the week,
or a news story that catches my eye. I don't know, that I thought would be interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
But anyways, in this episode, I saw this article, and I really wanted this to be my topic, but then I was like, I'll just bring up the story, and then maybe this can start something new. But I'll just go out there and just start it. This is the headline: Woman declared dead in Ecuador revives during her wake. Health authorities investigate. So, long story short, this happened on June 12th of 2023. A 67-year-old lady in Ecuador was rushed to the hospital. She was pronounced dead by the doctors. They brought her to a funeral home. I don't know if I guess they don't. I don't really know the process of when they imbue for burying or something. Yeah, embalm. But they had a wake for her, and she started during the wake. They heard banging and knocking in the coffin, and when they opened it, the lady was alive.
This is not true.
It is true.
Where did you read this? First of all, you got to be able to provide the source here. Because
it's on everyone. This is on the AP World News article.
But everybody, in theory, the people that actually pay attention to the news, unlike myself, may have heard about this story already.
Yeah, I mean, it was a true story. So what ended up happening is the doctors. So she went to the hospital. She was unconscious, and the doctors thought she had a heart attack, and they couldn't find or didn't look enough for a pulse. So they declared her dead.
What country is this?
Ecuador. So they said it was a possible stroke.
They really checked hard. I'm sure they looked really hard.
But that was a stroke. It was crazy to me because I was like, could you imagine you've been in the front row and it's like, God forbid, like it's your parent or your child.
Especially those people that are really down there, those hardcore Catholics freaked out. They did. That they lost.
She's back. She's back. It's late
She's
Easter.
Like a patron saint now, or whatever.
It's like she's actually it was an internal job because now she's set for life.
Oh my goodness!
People are going to be paying to touch her arm.
That is amazing.
It led me to thinking like,
How many people have we buried alive?
What? Well, I would imagine this happened for sure.
I'm sure.
But what would your reaction be is if you're at a wake and this happens? Like someone just start banging or knocking or
I honestly would probably get up and run out of the place. Like,
well,
honestly,
I
that would
will
be
say
my
though,
reaction.
I will say the article she's still in intensive care. So she had to be put back into this is kind of a not funny. It's not funny. But since she woke up, they had to induce her into a coma. So she's back in the hospital
So when
because
she woke up,
obviously
why? Because it was shock or something? What was wrong
I,
with her to begin with? Possibly, I guess.
I have no idea. No, I mean I don't know. They didn't go into detail because she's the article just leaves she's still in intensive care.
Can I ask a horrible question here? Is there video of this?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn.
I did not. To be honest with you, I did not look at it. Like I didn't
Oh, it's
investigate
too
it
bad.
like
I mean,
that
I'm
in depth
sorry. I'm
to
not
see if
trying to
there
be
is.
insensitive.
You-
If there was, I'm not
The only
lying. I
thing
would
I can,
watch it.
the only thing I can imagine is if she's knocking, somebody opens it and she puts her arm up, and then it turns into like the Holy Ghost takes over the place, and then people are
Oh my. You
like,
know, some people were right, had a religious moment and are freaking out. Other people, like myself, I'm sure ran. I would have ran. And then some people are probably thinking it's a joke. Those people that dismiss, oh no, come on, So you probably
I
had a
would have.
mixed room there of reactions, and
You know what
oh my
my
god,
the when I asked you that question, you know, the first thing that popped in my mind was is that I would probably grab the fire extinguisher and just spray the coffin. I don't know why,
what? There's no fire.
because I was thinking if it's a demon or
Any
something,
emergency? Are
that
you just gonna
maybe
grab the fire extinguisher? Is that what's gonna?
you know, if they can survive the fire extinguisher, then you know we'll see. Because I'm like, what the?
That's insane. I had not heard about this. I'm glad that I don't
Because
pay attention to the news. It makes
you
this
could
work better because I
you
have
could
no idea what you're going to talk about.
you can at least create like a cloud of dust so I can escape. I don't know.
Oh my, that's actually smart for my purposes, which is I would run. Oh my
You
goodness.
got to think about your exit. Like you know, you might not be the fastest person, so you got to create a distraction. Oh boy!
I'm in
But
that moment. I'm the fastest person. I promise.
it depends. What if you're the one that opened the coffin?
Woo! Oh,
What if
I'd
could you
really be.
imagine?
I'm man.
Could you imagine if you were up there like your hand was on the coffin and then you just heard like a little knock or whimper
No,
and then you put your head or your ear to the coffin and then you just hear cry and you open it and just like what if they just grab your arm?
no, no. Why are you trying to put me in some horror movie? No, I can't imagine it.
Well,
I don't
Insidious is
watch horror movies for that type. I don't know. I can't. I don't want to.
have you seen the trailer for Insidious Red Door?
No.
So what is the guy's name? He was in Watchmen, the main guy that's in all the Insidious movies.
Uh,
He looks
in
like
Watchmen, the guy that played Rorschach in Watchmen, or he played
no
someone
no
else?
no no the main guy.
Who's the main guy? Billy Crudup?
I don't know
He was
this
the blue guy. I don't
no
remember all
no
the guys in Watchmen.
well
I loved
he's
Watchmen.
he's
Big fan of the graphic
he's in
novel.
all the Insidious movies. That's really like all
I
he's
don't know
done.
any of the Insidious. Yeah, no.
Anyways, the trailer is let me see his name. I'll pull it up right here. Um Patrick Wilson.
I don't.
Well, anyways, he's in all
Escapes
the
me.
Insidious movies. So they have him doing an MRI, and so they put him in the MRI, and you know when you go in there, you have the little tunnel, and then he's like, "Okay, guys, I'm ready," and then he doesn't hear anything, and then he looks down at his feet because you know they put you head first in the MRI, and then it looks like a long tunnel now, and then one of the demons is crawling really fast, coming up towards him, his feet.
No.
He's strapped in, and he jumps at him.
No. Are you a big horror fan? I didn't
No,
realize
I'm
this
not.
of you.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I hate horror movies. I've never seen a
No,
Insidious movie
why are you putting me through this?
because I just watched this trailer. That's what this reminded me of. What if like a little creature comes out of
Oh, I don't know. You're making no. You're creating it way worse than it was.
How you never know? I
But
mean,
still, I couldn't imagine.
you
It doesn't
can
matter, to be honest, if
you
it's
can
a
imagine those
normal looking
South American
person.
countries.
A chupacabra came out of that motherfucker.
I thought they were from Mexico. What do you think?
Whatever. South America is very close to Mexico.
So is Texas.
This is true. That's why the
So,
chupacabra's in Texas.
that is true. I think they're just that hairless dog with rabies.
Yeah, but it's still an awesome story.
There are, because that reminds me of the show on Animal Planet when they used to do the monster myths. I think that was one of the episodes. But that's just, I read that story and I just thought that would be,
That
I
is
don't
very
know.
interesting. I've not heard about it. I'm glad you brought this to my attention that I can now ask my kids, who probably will say, "Yeah, where the hell you been?"
Um, maybe, but
Yeah, they probably
let's
will.
let's go let's go ahead and get into our topics for this week. If you're okay with it, I'll go first.
I'm always okay with it.
All right. So my topic this week is, it's summertime, and we are currently planning a family vacation. We're actually planning two family vacations for the rest of this for this year, and it just got me thinking of where is either the best place or your favorite place to vacation, and then on top of that, where is your dream vacation anywhere in the, like, obviously if you like to, if you're a big ball and you go on vacation somewhere outside the country all the time, that could be the answer to your first question. But I mean, on the second part, where's your dream vacation of where you would want to go?
Understood.
I have my answer for both if you want me to go first or
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
You,
want to.
take the floor, sir. I have mine too. But basically,
So,
so just like kind of so I can understand this.
oh
It's
yeah.
where the first one is where it's attainable, I guess, like where we're able to go and love to go, or where we've been and
Just
enjoy.
so just yeah, enjoy. I mean,
And
it could
then the
be
other one
it
is
could be
like the
somewhere.
dream, like a bucket list. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
it's okay. 10-4.
I would hope your bucket list isn't like I want to go to Mount Rushmore
My
because
bucket
I'm like,
list is the Grand Canyon, my man.
yeah,
No.
it's hard to get there. Um. So, anyways, my favorite place for vacation, which it won't be any surprise to anyone that knows me, is Vegas. I love Vegas. Like
I know you do. I know you
I
do.
love. I couldn't live there.
Yeah.
I probably could live there.
Yeah, I don't picture you as a dumb gambler.
I know. Well,
You
it's not even.
enjoy it a lot, so I'm not saying you'd lose your money, but you'd probably spend a lot more time there than you should. Is that fair to say?
I love almost everything about Vegas.
The entertainment, the shows,
I
the
love the
food buffets,
entertainment.
the
I
food.
like.
I love the food. I'm not gonna lie. Anywhere I go, I love the food.
I love the food of Vegas. I
Hmm.
love the shows. I love the casinos. I love the gambling. I love
The
even just
underground
walking
homeless
around.
tunnels.
I haven't visited those, but I probably would not love those, but I wouldn't mind them. As long as they stay on the ground, I don't really care.
I've seen it. I've seen a few shows about that. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, I'm.
I would imagine LA would be worse than Vegas.
Oh, not in the tunnels, but yeah. Otherwise, yeah, they don't need tunnels here. They just take over the streets.
Yeah, I saw this is now a tangent, but I saw a video of someone backing out of like a multi-million dollar home, and it was like their driveway was a gate, and there was like tents on their sidewalk
Yeah,
everywhere, and then they had to like honk the horn to get out of their driveway, and then it's like this multi-million dollar home.
that's probably near Hollywood, but yeah,
Uh,
it's yeah. Hmm.
anyways, so I mean, I think like Allie loves Vegas. I love Vegas. We go there, and there's always something to do. And
Take the
obviously, I
kids to
love the
Circus
gambling.
Circus.
The kids have not gone to Vegas. I mean, Grayson, maybe we'll take him when he's 18.
Oh, so you would not take the young kids to Vegas?
I wouldn't because there's so. This sounds really selfish. Now you maybe now sound like a jerk. It's because there's so many things that I want to do that I don't want to take them. No, like we're already planning. We
Fair,
want to go to
fair.
Vegas again. We haven't gone to Vegas since uh the week before COVID shut everything down.
Okay.
But I think the next time we go to Vegas, we will have to like. It sounds even worse because now we have to split the kids up because like asking someone to watch two kids, it seems like that's like a lot. So we'll like have her grandmother watch one, and then my mom watch another. like,
Oh, kind of lessen the
um,
load. I never thought
yeah,
about that. Mine were always just
because
stuck together. They came as a package.
yeah, see, it's a lot, especially if they're young.
Yeah, yeah. Mine were 15 months apart. Trust me.
So,
I know.
so, so it's just so that's what if we go to Vegas, I think it'll just be us because like one,
Okay, okay.
I barely sleep when I go to Vegas. Like I barely sleep now, but then I stay up all night.
Sidebar: what's your favorite buffet in Vegas? And mine, I think might be gone, but I'll let you go first.
Buffet
Yeah, that's
would be
I'm
Caesars.
all about the buffet. Oh, Caesars. I should say that because it probably is the best buffet. But the
It's huge.
Rio has a seafood buffet. It's like, oh my god, it's to die for. I haven't been in a long time though, so I don't
It
know.
might the Rio is probably not because the Rio is really run down now.
It's
That's a
off the
hotel in
strip,
casino.
right off the strip though, not like way off the strip.
Well, it's sold too.
Yeah,
Um,
that used to be my favorite.
you know what's depressing though, because you know one of the big attractions to Vegas is the Mirage like volcano show,
Yeah, my company
and
had lights on that show,
that's
Treasure
going away
Island
this year.
show.
It's going away this year.
Yeah, not my company I'm with now, but the company I used to work with. We did the lighting for the whole show,
Yeah.
and we used to maintain the show, maintain the color scroll, stuff like that. And yeah, all that stuff's going away. A lot of that in Vegas is
Well, no, it's going away because the hotel was sold, the casino. So
no more
to
Treasure Island.
yeah, it was sold to Hard Rock. So they're going to turn the big volcano into a big boot or big guitar.
That's so stupid.
I would imagine the guitar's going to have a light show because it's probably going to play.
Yeah, they're gonna do
But
something, but Treasure Island is like it's awesome. You watch the battle, the pirates, and it's like a whole show on the sidewalk. It's just awesome.
not anymore. Not after this year.
Yeah, I know.
But before I get to my dream one, I guess we can talk about you for where your
My
favorite place
normal
is.
love to go to spot. Well, I'm gonna say that it's probably somewhere I haven't been, to be fair. And as much as I love my time here locally at Disney, which I'll be there this Friday, um, I'm so glad nobody at my work listens to this because I'm supposed to be doing something else on Friday. But anyway,
They
I
don't
would
know. They don't know. They don't know when this is recorded. So
they,
this
yeah.
could be Friday
date
off.
this. We'll date this accordingly. Anyway, um, I'd say Florida for Disney World and Universal because that's the type of shit I love to do, and I can do it with the people I love to hang out with. Love to do that shit too. So whether it's my kids or my friends or whatever. So I've never been to Disney World. I would never say it's better. I'm never gonna admit that. But I know it's got a lot to offer, right? A lot that I haven't done. And so for me, as much as you enjoyed Vegas, I would enjoy going to Florida, at least not in the summertime because you can keep your humidity. I'm gonna get humidity anyway, but I don't want to be there in the heat of the summer.
You
Nice
should.
weather, but that's where I'd go as often as I could, um,
We're
regularly.
going back. We're going back in October.
And Universal as well. I heard the one in Florida is just, we just don't have a lot of space here. That's all it is. Florida's a big open swampland. If you got the money, you can turn, they have a lot of space down there. So
They
that
have a lot
they
of
take
space. I mean,
advantage of that. And, so I really do want to go there. And that's what I would do. Florida would be my kind of my
I
go-to
mean,
spot for that reason.
Disney owns half of Orlando, and Universal owns like 35%. The other 35% of the
It's
remaining.
really it's
So,
it's ridiculous. Well, same thing here in Anaheim. Um, it's Disney, they run the show. So you know, but
do
Anaheim
they
itself isn't
does the Disney
too
is
great.
there something in the Disney Orlando or the Disney Hollywood that is different that the other park doesn't have?
A lot. There's a lot different. They have They have some different rides. Some are the same. They both have Space Mountain. They both have Small
I mean,
World.
what about the new ones? Like, obviously, I know like
You have
Orlando has
Tower.
like
We have Guardians of
Avatar,
the Galaxy. We don't have Avatar, so there's a lot of different stuff. A lot.
Star
And
Wars.
we have Rise of Resistance. I think you do too. I'm pretty sure Florida does too.
What about the whole Star Wars park?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both have the same Galaxy's Edge,
No.
essentially. Yeah, we have a pretty big Star Wars area. I don't know exactly what yours is like, but I think we have the same stuff. Um, it's other stuff that's just bigger, and there's just more. There's just more in Florida. There's just more, obviously, more space, more rides. Our Guardians used to be our Tower of Terror. You guys kept Tower of Terror, and you did. But we have Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the same thing as Tower of Terror. But you guys are having Guardians of the Galaxy ride coming up that we won't have
Mhm.
here. So I'm super. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited about that. So I'd probably honestly, not that I would wait. If I could go, I'd go now. But I'd really like to plan a trip around when that comes out.
Um, yeah. I mean, are they are the two like are Universal and Disney like close near each other like it is in Orlando?
No, I mean, well, in LA, and this Anaheim is the very northern tip of Orange County, so it's not too far out of LA. So, but Universal is in the valley, kind of. It's Burbank, North Hollywood. Well, it's called Universal City technically, and they're probably, I don't know, 30 miles or so apart from each other, which isn't far. But in LA, everything's far because of traffic, right? So everything's based on
Yeah.
how long it's going to take you to get there. So in that sense, they're pretty far from each other because of the route between them.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll say the two parks are probably about 35 or so miles in Orlando, but it takes you probably like 45 minutes.
yeah, here that could take you 2 hours.
Um,
I mean, that's a worst case
I
scenario
think there's
probably,
even
but it really
shuttle
could.
there might be even shuttles that will take you back and
Yeah,
forth.
there's a lot of shuttles in Florida. Here, you don't want to get on the shuttles.
Well,
You're
yeah, because
public
like
transportation.
I don't know if you how it is if you stay at the parks there, but if you stay at one of the park resorts down there, you basically never drive the whole time you're there because you just get on the shuttle. They'll take you to each park.
Yeah, same here. If you had a vacation here, the same thing. There's three hotels that Disney have on the property. One of them connected to California Adventure. Like you literally walk out of the hotel into the park. Then they have Disneyland Hotel and then Paradise Pier, whatever it's called. And they're building a new one right now. Um,
I can't believe you haven't been to Super Mario World.
I know. Now my daughter works there at Universal, so we're gonna make a point to go pretty soon. Especially since we got a discount now. But I haven't even been to Harry Potter there. I've been to Universal since Harry Potter's come out. I just never went.
Which ride do you guys have? Do you guys have the Quidditch
Right
ride,
in
or
the
do you have
Gryffindor
the
or something like that, or
well the
something.
Gryffindor so the
I
Gryffindor
don't
one is
know. I
like
have
a
to look it up.
kids roller coaster, but if it is it the Harry Potter castle or is it the Gringotts Bank?
We have the castle.
Okay, so you have the Quidditch ride,
Yeah.
which is a
Oh, no,
which
I don't
I
think
will
so.
tell
I
you,
don't think we have the
no,
Quidditch ride.
the Quidditch ride is in the castle,
But that might not. Let me look because I don't think we have the Quidditch
like
ride.
Flight of the Dragon. It's called like Flight of the Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think we have that. Universal.
Well, what
Anyways,
ride would you? Well, anyways, that ride is amazing. One of the best rides in Orlando.
yeah, we don't have that one for sure. Our rides are Flight of the Hippogriff and Harry
As a
Potter and the
kid,
Forbidden Journey. Those are the two we have. That's what they
oh
call
man, dude, the God, what's the big guy's name?
them. Oh my god, I can't think of it right now. Hagrid. God,
Hagrid's uh forest ride in Orlando is so awesome. It basically
see,
is a roller coaster that you sit on the bike or the sidecar, and it's on a track. And it's the crazy thing is you during the ride, you're literally immersed into the forest around you so much that when it rains or if it's too windy, they shut the ride down because there's so many trees over above you
like
because you're literally
real trees.
just yes. So if it's too windy, they have to shut the ride down. But you're going through the forest. They have all these animatronics and stuff. And then the cool thing about that ride is that it puts you on 5 different tracks. So when you're riding on it,
I mean, every
and
time it's a
you're
different experience.
no.
Within the same
So
ride, you get five
right,
different things.
it shifts like a train.
Okay.
So but you're on a bike, like a
Yeah, I
motorcycle,
think I've heard about this. Like Hagrid's bike.
and so Yeah, you're on Hagrid's bike, and so you go over, and then you're talking to him, and then it'll go like where it goes up. You know how like it seems like you're going up for like a loop. Obviously, you're not going on a loop because you're on a bike. It goes all the way up, but when you come back down, instead of turning where you turn, you go straight back, and you ride like 2 minutes going backwards, and then you end up where Hagrid's in a cave, and then all of a sudden he's talking, and then the floor drops, and then it puts you on a different track and it shoots you out.
Yeah,
It is.
I gotta.
It's
I'm
one of the
going to.
most.
It's not about. I got to. I will be going. I just don't know
It's a good
when.
drive. It's a really cool experience and ride. That's a must ride if you're done there. It's what it sounds like it, and it just looks awesome. The
Yeah.
only problem with that is every time we go, it's always either shut down or delayed because of weather or for like the last time we went in this year, the first day we were like, oh man, we're gonna ride it, and then we're like, no, we'll just ride it tomorrow because we got there a little like midday. We'll just ride it tomorrow because it was a long line. We get there tomorrow the next day, and then we're idiots. We didn't even read the sign, and the reason why it was such a long delay because that was the last day. It was going to be shut down for 3 weeks for me.
Oh, and everybody and their mother wanted to ride it. It's the same
Yeah,
thing happened here with Splash Mountain, which is now going
it
to
was
be Tiana's something or another because they're totally changing it.
it was so disappointing.
So, what's
Um,
your dream spot, sir?
my dream vacation would be to go to Scotland, the
Scotland
countryside.
specifically.
Yeah, Scotland specifically,
What, you a
the
big Scotch
countryside.
fan? You want the Scotch, or are you a golf fan, or what's
No,
driving
no,
you to Scotland?
I think it's more of the
The weather sucks. I'm
um
just saying.
no, it's more like the landscape where you see the
The
big
pretty,
like
yeah, okay.
the over like the mountain cliffs going into the ocean, and then obviously you have the white cliff sides and everything. I
Well,
think
you
it's
want to
just
see those picturesque calendar views that we've seen in person.
I just want to go and sit in an open field off of
I can
the
take you to
edge.
Montana for that, buddy.
No, I want to sit in an open field off the coast, right at the coast, on the edge of a
Cliff.
mountain cliff, where the waves are coming in, and I just sit there and I ain't got a care in the world.
I thought you were going
I
to say like I want to piss off the wall, like
no, no,
Tyrion
no,
Lannister or something.
no. I probably wouldn't even take my phone. I would just, I'd be in
Scotland.
total. I would go total uh level 10, um, just relaxation. I would just sit there and I wouldn't even have a thought about work in the world. Is what I would want to do.
Okay.
Obviously, there's a lot of monuments and everything like that, so you don't always have to be at the
Oh,
countryside. But
Scotland and the castle. Oh yeah, for sure. I
and
mean,
I would want to see the castles and
I would never turn down a trip to Scotland. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, it's definitely a destination. But I'm just a little surprised that's your top spot. I figured you
that
would
would
have
be
gone
my
a little
top.
bit more tropical.
No, no, that would be. I don't even care if it's cold. It's
Because
raining. I don't.
most likely it will be cold.
Oh, that's fine. I don't even care. It can rain all day. I'm not trying to
Interesting.
go swimming. I'm not going
Scottish
swimming.
food. I don't even know what Scottish food is. I mean, actually that's not true. I kind of Tamashanner has some Scottish cheese beer dip or something.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
about all I
bangers
know
and
though.
mash. I don't know.
That's an English thing in general, but I'm
It's,
wondering
it's,
what's Scottish specifically. What are they
well,
known for
true.
besides Scotch?
Scotch or
You have
I
some
don't know.
good drinks,
I
my
would
friend.
imagine it'd be something like I don't know why this sounds. This might. Probably shouldn't even say this because it might sound like I'm a stupid American, but I would imagine it'd be something with sheep. I don't know why. That's the first thing popped in my head.
Oh, or lamb. Yeah, 100%. No. You're not
Yeah,
stupid. You're exactly right.
lamb.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not lie. Lamb is good. Sorry, anybody, our
Oh, I
vegetarian
love
friends.
lamb. No, I
But yeah,
love lamb.
that's some good meat right there.
Lamb chops. Oh,
Ah, especially when they come, and the bones are all up, and you got something good. It's like, yeah, that looks good. Anyway,
I
sorry.
know. I'm
Woo.
always like, man, I want more because I'll
Yes,
like.
you're making me hungry. I
They're
am
so good.
hungry. I'm gonna have to order some dinner after this. Um, so Scotland. But that's it, really, because I would
Hmm.
imagine the like.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think if yes, that would be my number one for sure. Um, because I would want to
Yeah, give me a backup. Like, let's
if I if
say
I if I Well, if I had to pick like multiple places, and I think like looking through it, instead of going to like the tropics or something, I would want to go somewhere historic. Like I want to see historic either buildings, castles, or places that have historic
Some town. Yeah, yeah.
significance.
No, I'm with you. I
Instead
like
of me
that.
going to like the
I agree.
Bahamas and
I'm the
just
same
sit
person. I
on the
agree
beach.
100%. I'm not tropical at all. I kind of figured you would be though. Um, but hey, I think. Is it me now? Do I go here?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay, okay. So I almost have the same exact answer, except I wouldn't have said Scotland per se. I was just gonna say European vacation, right? That's kind of like what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm too old to do that college backpacking around Europe thing. Not happening. So I'm gonna be in hotels and shit or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So, and there's mainly, if I'm gonna pick like two main countries I want to go to whilst in Europe, they would be 100% Italy, number one,
Italy would be my number one too.
and France number two. Both
France
of
would not.
those because of the food. Okay, Italy and Italy, you got so much diversity in
Oh
food. You got the seafood on the coast there. Then you got all the pasta and bread stuff. When you get to the inner part of Italy or wherever else it is. But so just food alone, I could die in Italy. But France, that's where you're gonna find some really good food, some stuff that you'd never see here. I'd be afraid to eat probably, but I'm just gonna, let everything fly to the wind and just try anything because man, that's I think where fine food started was in France, in my opinion.
yeah. I would if I didn't pick Scotland, I would have said Italy or Spain or like in Greece. It'd be really cool to see like some of the Greek islands.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Beautiful.
would have been
Romania. I mean,
real.
that's the whole area over there is
Yeah, the
pretty.
Mediterranean.
But to me, that would be my thing. A European vacation for sure. I mean, that's just now the other part. The downside of that, especially in France, is I got to disguise. I keep a low profile as best as I can. Right? They don't want us over there,
Yeah,
even
I might be able to blend in a little bit more. I mean, you can't really tell looking at
it
me,
would be
but
hard for me.
I am half German. I mean, I was born in Germany.
Oh, that's yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, and your skin is not as fair as
Yeah,
mine.
well, I'm half German and Vietnamese, so I can't
Yeah.
more
So
towards the
you've
Vietnamese
got a
side.
unique look to you, which doesn't look typical Americanized. I'm Look at me. If I went like
Until I
this,
start
right,
talking.
with my John Deere shirt on.
No, no, no,
Hey y'all, what's going on?
you go over there
Where's the
wearing your
cheese factory?
no. You should go over there wearing like a Marvel T-shirt and then like a Disney hat and a fanny pack. You got to bring a fanny pack, and then
That's American.
yeah, you go in there and you're like, yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, but as much as they would hate me, I'd still go and I'll still eat their food because that to me that would be my dream spot. Not just for the food. I don't want to sound like a total fatty here. It's beautiful. France is beautiful. Italy is beautiful. There's lots of stuff to see in both of those
This
places.
is
So yeah,
I, I got a one-off thing that I just thought about. What kind of question when it comes to kind of this topic? What do you think is a very popular, not between us, but where do you think is a popular vacation country or place that's popular to go that you would never want to go?
anywhere in South America or
No, you never want to go to Brazil. You don't want to go to
I
Brazil.
don't know. I'm not interested in going to Rio de Janeiro or anywhere down there.
What about Central America?
Nope.
You going
No,
to
thank you. Especially Central
Scotland,
America.
Mexico?
Especially Central America. Hell no. I've been to Mexico enough. Lots of times. Lots and lots and lots of times.
My area, mine would have been Russia.
But who goes there though? You asked first of all somewhere that's a popular
I would
vacation spot
imagine
that you
people go
don't
there.
want to. I wouldn't imagine though on the list of popular vacation spots that Russia is on that list.
You don't
What
think
the hell?
you don't think tourism is big in Russia?
No, no, I do not.
Okay.
No, especially now.
Okay, so
Especially
then
now.
okay, fine. I'll pick a different answer then. Um, I think mine would probably be. I don't know about South America, but I probably would be Mexico too. It's
Yeah,
crazy too because I'm going to Mexico in 7 years.
people are disappearing in Mexico,
No, in
bro.
three
You don't
years.
want to go to Mexico.
Me and Gray are going to Mexico for the World Cup.
No, you're not.
Yeah, Mexico City.
When?
Was that 2026? Yeah, 2026. 3 years.
So 3 years from now, still, Gray will be a little older.
It'll be 10.
Man, you might change your mind before now and then. Mexico is
Yeah,
not.
well, you
It's
never know. Because our plan is to go to Toronto, LA, Dallas, and obviously Atlanta, which is right here, to watch games. And
but
then
there's games in
between
Mexico City too.
it's North America, so yes,
Okay.
they're having games in Mexico, United States, obviously, and Canada. Because the United States couldn't win the bid by itself, so they had to put North America.
Oh,
So there's gonna be
Mexico. You're
games in
welcome, Mexico.
yeah, there's gonna be only games in Mexico City.
That's a big,
Um,
big, big population down there.
and then obviously there's gonna be games in Toronto.
Yeah,
So
I'd
and then
avoid
obviously
any place as much as I could that has a large population of people. Um, Also, I don't want to be. I don't like tropical. It's not my thing. I don't need the sunshine. I mean, you know, I can take a vitamin C pill. Thank you very much, or D, or whatever the hell.
yep, I can see that. So I don't know. I guess that's gonna wrap that up for that topic. And let us know in the comments so where's your favorite place to go to on vacation, or where's your dream vacation? Um, but
And
moving on, we'll go.
where would you hate to go? Also,
Apparently Russia is not a good option. So um, we'll move on to Dallas's topic for this week and go from there.
yes, sir. So just kind of scrambling and trying to think of something here. I figured we discuss our music taste just a little bit. We've discussed our movie taste in the past and gaming and pretty much everything for the most part. We both have some similar loves in movies. I think we both love Marvel and maybe, one more than the other. And Leo, our love for Leo might be equal, might be. So I'm curious to see. I mean, I think I know a little bit of your music taste based on some of the stuff you play during stream, etc. But yeah, so I figured give me three things. I'm gonna give you three lists with three things each. Give me three
Okay.
artists, three
Okay.
albums, and they don't have to be the same, and they can be if you want. Doesn't matter. And
Okay.
three songs. So three artists, three albums, three songs. They
Oh
come to your
boy.
mind as these are my go-to. If I'm whether it puts you in a mood or whatever the case may be, whatever reason it is to motivate you for
I think
something, if you're sad, whatever it is, doesn't matter. But give me three artists, three albums, and three songs that you would put in a high place.
so. Um, my favorite genre, which I guess I'll start there because I'll obviously answer my question, is like rock alternative.
Okay.
Uh, because and then I think everyone, like what we talked about before the podcast, I think everyone is gets a time period in their life of unless you're like in the music business, I'm assuming then it will change. But I think
Or
everyone
you're
gets a
just a weirdo.
time period in their life where it's like I'm gonna say like 4 to 6 years of a window of music, and you listen to that music for the rest of your life. Like you're frozen there because mine is like from 99 to like 2003, maybe
You mean to
98.
tell me, Richard, that today there's no new songs on the radio today, regardless of genre,
Well, I
that
don't listen to
you're
the
aware
radio
of,
because
know, and or like?
I have Sirius radio in my truck.
Uh-huh.
I don't listen to so I don't
You
even
keep it
listen
on
to.
the hair
I keep
metal station or
I keep
whatever it
I
is?
keep it on. No, I only yeah. Well, what is it called? Lithium.
Uh-huh. I love that station.
I
Channel
only
34 on
listen.
mine.
I only listen to Lithium, which plays 90s rock. Basically, that's all it plays.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
So I can name one. Like if you tell me what's the Billboard rock songs right now, I probably would not know any of them.
I probably
So
wouldn't either. I'm really subject to my daughter specifically, who exposes me to a lot of new stuff.
see, my kid's too young.
Yeah, this is true.
Um,
This is true.
so mine is in that window. So the
Okay.
three
Okay.
art
Fair.
when I first heard the question, the three artists that pop in my head,
Uh huh.
and it might not even be my favorite songs too, because my answers might be different. So when you say what songs I listen to, might not even be these three artists.
That's fine. That's exactly. I have the same situation, and I figured I
Um,
didn't want to restrict this in
because
that regard. So yeah, whatever comes to your mind.
the three is number one. This is one of my favorite bands of all time. Is System of a Down.
Okay.
So I
They're
would,
from Glendale, right around the street from where my kids live. Yep.
yeah, I've seen them in concert the most of anyone that I've went to concerts. Um,
They get down. I
uh,
like System of a Down a lot.
System of a Down,
Okay.
um, Slipknot, and Linkin Park.
I have a not my thing. Okay, Slipknot.
And Linkin Park.
Linkin Park is really good. So that is just very specific. Like you said,
So
you
those
had a window there. Okay.
that's my window, because I said that is the bands or music uh, things that I are my three favorites.
Your
But when
go-to.
I
Do you think that if you looked
yes,
at your Apple or whatever your playlist thing is, those are what's going to come up the most?
I don't think so, because now you're talking about like, because I don't listen
Yeah,
to
the
like,
question wasn't was you listen to the most. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put it that way.
I don't listen to like their albums as much. Um, but I think they're my
Those
favorite,
are your three favorite. Okay, fair.
and
That's very fair.
they have my three favorite albums, which leads to the thing, which would be the first Slipknot album, which is untitled or self-titled, I guess.
Okay.
Um, the Toxicity from System of a Down, and Hybrid Theory from Linkin Park.
All
So
great albums,
so
except for the Slipknot
that's
one.
so those my that's why I think those three albums are my favorite. But I don't listen to all now. If you're talking about me, it really depends on my mood. So I mean, I'll go from listen like if you ask me if I open my Spotify and I say my my most played songs over the
Any
last
Tony
30 days
Braxton in there? Tony Braxton on your playlist there?
is no Tony Braxton. There's a lot. There's surprisingly there's way too many um sailor shanties songs. I've been listening to
Because
a
you've been
lot.
playing Sea of Thieves so much and
Yes,
you're freaking becoming a
I
goddamn pirate. It's
I've been listening
unbelievable.
to so many sea shanties. This
Tabby, if
like
you're listening to this, thank you. Thank you very much.
there's a song um called it's from this guy named Nathan Evans, and it's called Weller Man. It's a sea shanty. It is so freaking good.
Yes.
I it's so good. I have it a favorite on my Spotify, and when I get if I'm in the grocery store, I'm listening to a sea shanty. So
Is this on your list of three favorite songs?
no, that's
Okay,
what I'm
okay,
listening to
okay,
now
okay,
currently.
okay.
No, it's hard to say three favorite songs. If it depends on your mood.
Oh yeah,
So
again,
like
it doesn't have to be
if it's
yeah, just
if
three
it's a
songs, you can go two songs, whatever they may be.
if
You
it's
can
a
categorize
song
it
that
however you want.
really wants to like I want to get like hyped up about, or like gets my blood flowing, is Disturbed the Animal. Like if I had a theme song that I had to walk out into a crowd for, that's the song I would want to play. Because it just builds up, and then it just unleashes. Um, and
Okay.
I love that song. So that's one of my favorite songs, even
I
though it's
like
not.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC for that reason, for that same kind of like walk
Yeah,
out to a crowd,
yeah,
and then you know,
electrifying.
yeah, yeah, and then it's I love it. Anyway, sorry, it's not my thing. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think that I mean that's definitely one of those. I mean, there's one offset. I mean, obviously, I'll listen to like songs that Ali will listen to, or which will be more hip hop or like
There you
Taylor
go.
Swift.
Thank you. Give me some
Um,
diversity here.
from there, no, if you're talking about that, like like
Well, no, your
one of
three
the
songs. The three songs you prefer, though. But yeah, give me a one off that you like that Allie you wouldn't listen to had it not been for
no,
her.
no. So she doesn't. Well, that would be Taylor Swift, but she doesn't like one of my favorite artists that she does not like at all is Ice Cube.
What?
She does
How
not
can
like
you
Ice Cube.
hate on the Cube?
She doesn't like it. She doesn't. I mean, I know this is your thing, but she doesn't really like the West Coast like rap thing.
It's not my thing. I
She
mean,
doesn't
I
like it.
live here, but I do like the West Coast rap thing. But I also like the East Coast guys too. And here you have West Coast, but you have like North. You have the Oakland area rappers and the LA area rappers. So there's like different styles
Mm-hmm.
there. But yeah, that's to each their own is all I can say. To each their own.
Because I used to listen to War and Peace all the freaking time.
My album was
Um,
Lethal Injection. It's like my favorite Ice Cube album.
that was the one. I think that was before that.
That was War and Peace was before that.
No, War and Peace is
Oh, it was
after that.
after that. Yeah. But
Yeah,
Lethal
War and Peace was
Injection was the one with
late '90s.
yeah, and it's got Ghetto Bird and a lot of good
But
stuff. He's so good.
I love the War disc, the War album. So if you're talking about listen to me like one album, I can listen to the War album, which is the first one from Ice Cube all the way through.
There's not an album else from Ice Cube I don't like. I can listen every Eminem album I like.
I love Eminem too.
Um, there's lots of let me see, like East Coast wise, I love Puffy's early stuff. I mean that whole album, right when Biggie died, Biggie obviously. So there's just I like that stuff all, and there's a lot of new stuff that I like. The ASAP Rocky guys, East Coast. Tyler, he's a West Coast guy.
I hate to say this is something I should admit to. I have never listened to or have heard an ASAP Rocky song.
But you know who he is probably because he's with Rihanna, right?
Yes, because Ali
Yeah,
loves Rihanna, and
yeah.
the first time I've ever heard of him is when they
He's
were having a baby.
he's good. I mean,
I've
and
never.
he's not your typical rap. He's changed, and anyway, it's a whole nother thing. But I really like him a lot. So you had one more song, or you said it was hard for you to do songs, but you had the Animal by Disturbed Animal. Um,
And then that's what I said. It's kind of hard because it depends. Like obviously,
the
my
mood.
Wellerman, I love. I've been listening to that damn song for the last month all the
Well,
time.
you're right. And if I did this, because I do definitely have ones I picked, but if I did this tomorrow, the answers could be different, honestly,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Really they could be. Um, so okay, so I'll give you for me three artists that if I'm gonna put on a pedestal and that I would put like I have to have these in my rotation somehow, some way. I'm always gonna find a way to listen to these guys, and I always do. George Strait, and I did kind of break this up in genres a little bit,
Mhm.
not a little bit, but I did hear George Strait on the countryside, although you'd think it'd be Garth Brooks. I love Garth Brooks so much, and there's a lot. I love a lot of country. Morgan Wallen, who I listen to probably right now more than anything because
Do
he's
you like
recent.
this? Is a little tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Garth Brooks person or are you a Chris Gaines person?
I'm gonna pretend you didn't ask me that question. Chris Gaines is the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. I'm sorry, Garth, but just stick to Garth Brooks. I'm definitely a Garth Brooks person. I had every Garth Brooks album. I did not bother with the Chris Gaines album. He's doing it again. You know this, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing it again. So I never got into the Chris Gaines thing. I love Garth, but he got a little
Do you think he's actually going to do it though?
yeah, I do. He's crazy. He's he's crazy. I do think he's actually going to do it. But I love every one of his albums. I could tell you, I could sing along to every single song on every one of Garth Brooks' albums. I'm not even kidding you. I love it that much. But to me, once I got into country, which was because of Garth Brooks, George Strait became
Mm-hmm.
clear. Like there's a reason they call him the king or whatever you want to call him. He's just got this typical country sound, if you will. Whether it's a slow song, an upbeat song, just George Strait, he's the man. Nobody beats him. The
Mhm.
next artist is a lot of our friends like these people. I think My Chemical Romance. I heard the
Oh,
song.
yeah.
I heard the song "Welcome to the Black Parade" on the radio. Freaking just, I got chills thinking about it right now. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And I got the album, and then I got their two previous albums, and I loved everything on all of them. And then ever since then, everything they put out, I've gone. Me and my daughter went and saw them together twice
Mhm.
last year in October, and it was one of the best shows. And Richard, how many concerts you been to? Quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few. Well,
So when you go to
not recently.
concerts, typically the artists do a cover of another band or someone. They always do a song that's
Mhm.
not theirs for the most part. Do you experience that?
Yeah.
Not My Chemical Romance. I've never been to a show where the artist just there's zero
Well,
covers.
I mean, maybe it's correct. I don't know if many rock bands do covers.
Hell yeah! From my experience, they do. I mean, I went and saw Rush. They did a Pink Floyd cover, even if they didn't do the whole song.
Oh, yeah,
I
true.
saw Primus. They did Metallica. So typically, there's hey, we're gonna jam out to one of
Yeah.
our common favorite artist songs.
Mhm.
My Chemical Romance, their shit the whole time, and it was again. I very much enjoy when bands do that shit because you don't see it a lot, right? They're not recording
Yep.
it, so you see it in concert. You don't see it anywhere else. So I was waiting for that, and when it didn't happen at the end, I was like, it's kind of odd, but it didn't matter. I mean, the show was so
Did
good with just their material, and they're just so good. So that's them. Third and
Mhm.
last artist, George Michael. If I was going to go into a pop genre, um, I'm a George Michael super fan. One of the greatest songwriters and just singers, everything. I love me some George Michael. R.I.P. George Michael. So those are my three artists, right? So I just pop. I'll say Alexa. I don't want to say it because she'll go off, and I'll just say play songs by one of those people, and it just it'll rotate, and I'm good. Or I'll say play these albums. One of the albums I have on my three albums, Welcome to the Black Parade. Just that album is like a rock
Are
opera.
you a George Michael fan when he's like solo, or
Both.
do
I like
you
the
go back
Wham
to like
stuff.
Wham?
I like the Wham stuff too because a lot of the
You
Wham
know what?
stuff is mainly him.
Yeah, true. Did you ever watch the movie Love and Music and Lyrics?
With Drew Barrymore and Hugh
Yeah.
Grant. No,
Yeah.
I have not. I very
Dude,
much want. I know. I've always wanted to. You know what? I'm going to give myself homework, and I'm going to make a point to watch that before
I
we do
love
another
that.
one of these.
No, I love that movie.
I know I would. I
He
haven't
does
seen it.
he does he does he does. Obviously, he has a band like Wham, and they do a pop pop goes my heart. And they just all kit thing together. It's so good.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I love the old Wham stuff too because
no,
it's
it's a
basically George Michael.
it's a really good movie. You should definitely watch
I'm
it. It's a short
definitely
movie. It's only like
I'm giving myself that homework. So all right, so yeah, the three albums. Welcome to the Black Parade. Like I was saying, that's the one album that is attached to any of the artists that I listed. It's just it's a today's rock opera. Before it was, there's nothing been like this before. I said that incorrectly. My English is horrible. But anyway, the next album, Dark Side of the Moon. It was hard for me to choose
mm,
between The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon because they're both just so good. But
yep.
if I'm being honest, if there's one of those that I truly love every song on the album, it's Dark Side. The Wall has some weird stuff in between some other stuff, and there's just some strange stuff there, but it's still good. But Dark Side of the Moon, just solid, never go wrong there.
Hmm.
And then in the country side of things, this is my dad's probably favorite, and I heard it so much as a kid. It's Redheaded Stranger by Willie Nelson. One of the best songs on that album is called Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. For anybody who's never heard a country song, or I recommend you listen to that song.
I
It's
have never heard that song.
I recommend you do. It's one that's Willie Nelson. He's the man, and it's just one of the best songs ever. And but the whole album is really really good, and to me, always makes me think of my dad. And I can listen to the whole album, and usually, I'll probably just freaking have a little moment most times. But I love it. It's one of my favorites for sure.
Can I? like add on to your question?
Oh, sure.
What is your least favorite genre of music? Do not say sea shanties
I'm gonna no.
because
I'm
you
not.
haven't listened to it.
Exactly. I haven't given sea shanties a chance. I can't say that.
Listen to Weller Man. I'm telling you.
But I would definitely say electric, probably like that, like what they play at the
Are you talking about
Electric
like
Daisy
the
Carnival, the like Skrillex and
oh
like that, just
Fulia's favorite music? I'm
tech
joking. I
or
don't even know.
techno. Oh my
Techno.
god, I can't stand techno style. So that's probably techno, if you want to call it techno. Um, yeah, that stuff. What's your least favorite? You gonna say country?
Mine, unfortunately, is country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people have that answer, and I get it. And you know what? Growing up in Oklahoma, I didn't like country. Honestly, I hated it. I grew up in a rock and roll house, the Beatles, and my brothers were into like heavy metal and stuff. So I did not like country. It
Whoa.
took me moving to Arkansas and being away from my brothers, and going to high
Mhm.
school with kids that did like that music and just getting exposed to it. And right about that time when I was in high school is when Garth Brooks came out. Like it was
Yeah.
the moment. So that to me, I just ever since then I've loved it. It's really good
I
stuff.
mean, when I was growing up, I loved Shania Twain, but I think that was for a different
Yeah,
reason.
I was gonna say.
That was-
I was gonna say.
uh,
But the
yeah,
last thing I have is the three songs, and the three songs are probably one of them is with the one of the artists I mentioned earlier, and that's "One More Try" by George Michael. My favorite George
Mhm.
Michael song of all time, "One More Try," on the Faith album. Just beautiful song. Friends
What do
and Low
you? So it's,
Places. Yeah, go
on
ahead.
this Jordan Michael thing, what did you think of Limp Bizkit's
I loved it.
thing of Faith?
I loved it. I loved that. I actually was we did lighting for a Limp Bizkit show, and they did that song, and I was backstage, lucky enough to be
That was
backstage.
their first that was their first like big
And
release.
I love that song. I love when that blew them up. But yeah, I love their version of it. I think it was awesome.
Okay.
And then Friends in Low Places, because literally that was the song that kind of got me into country. And it's just good song, good crowd pleaser.
Is that the song that Kato sings all the time in her string?
Yes,
Oh
yes, it
Jesus!
is. Yes, it
Oh
is.
Jesus! Oh, Jesus!
It's a great song, and he has better songs. Garth Brooks has better songs, but if I'm
No,
gonna pick a Garth song that represents what I love about it's that one. It's definitely that one. Um, and then last,
does he do the one that she does also with the
Thunder
stupid thunder
Rolls.
rolls?
Yeah,
Oh
he does. Yes, he
Jesus!
does. Yes, yes. Go Cato, go Cato. Anyway,
No.
um, and my favorite song of all time, no matter what, I'll always provide this answer. If you ask me what my favorite song is, it's "A Day in the Life" by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Just one of the best songs ever put together in any genre of music. Lennon McCartney can't top it. But yes, that is my list.
That's a really good list. They're
Well,
oldies but goodies.
I'm not. I grew up with old stuff. I really did. Like, and
Yeah.
so, and of course, like you said, we all have that moment. But I had a lot of those moments. You know what I mean? As a kid,
See,
I was exposed to a lot of Beatles, a lot of country with my dad. And then when I got into my own stuff in high school, I love Pearl Jam. I love Nirvana, all that stuff.
it was
Um,
different for me growing up because my mom only listened to her albums and CDs or music that she brought. It was like tapes back then and records that was in Vietnamese.
yeah.
So
So you're
obviously
not
that,
listening to current pop music.
and my dad never listened to any current music that his whole life he only ever really listened to bluegrass or blues or bluegrass like bluegrass country.
Bluegrass is country, my friend.
No, yeah, I didn't like it. So, that's all he would listen to. He would only listen to bluegrass.
You
It
know
would be
what?
like,
It's funny. My son, when we get in his car, he listens to classical. He has classical music on, and he loves Pink Floyd. Now, that's the one thing I've passed on to this kid, and he loves Pink Floyd more than me. He's like a Pink Floyd super fan, and he likes a few other random rock things. But when he's in his car and he's really into this classical music stuff, and I don't know how that happened, but
eh,
yeah.
and maybe it's
So
calming. Um, But
She
so
needs it.
yeah, but I mean that's what I was. So I didn't get anything really passed on to me, and it was more of my older sisters, and that's where I mean they always listened to country when I was growing up,
And you hated it.
and then I never. What really got me into the music that I end up enjoying the most majority of my life was I want to say it was either it was two songs that came out. I remember, yeah, you probably remember on MTV where they used to have where they actually used to play music.
Oh,
Um, and it was two songs that came out like the same summer, maybe even the same month or same week, and it was Korn "Got the Life" and Limp Bizkit "Faith." Those two albums came out at the same time, and those I think they were released at the same time on TV. That's what kind of
those are like
opened the door.
energy pumping songs, both of them.
Yeah, but I think that was like what summer of '99, summer '98, somewhere in there. But
Dumping them in 99.
yep, that's what I said. That's window, '98 to 2003. I don't go beyond 2000. I don't know. I hate maybe any song after 2003.
New stuff I get from obviously my daughter's older and her thing is music. I mean, that's literally what she's going to school
Run-
for. And I'm exposed
I'm
to a
gonna
lot
do
of that stuff. And some of it's
I'm gonna
not
do
bad.
Billboard top 10 right now and
I
see
wonder
if
if
I
Phoebe
can.
Bridgers is on there. Is Phoebe Bridgers on there?
All right, so this is the
Read it.
Billboard top 10. These are
Read
songs.
it. Read it. Let's see if we
I'm just
know.
gonna do I'm just gonna do the artists because and see how many artists you
Okay.
know from the top 10. Oh Jesus, I don't know any of them. Number one is
Morgan
Morgan
Wallen?
Wallen. Last Night.
Yeah. Last night we let the liquor
He looks
talk.
country.
He is
He has a
country.
mullet. He
Yeah.
has a mullet.
He is country.
The next one is Luke Combs. Fast
Also
Car.
country. Are you sure you're looking at country or is this
No,
American?
this is
Let's
total.
go America. America.
Number three is Rima and Selena Gomez. Calm Down.
I know Selena Gomez. I don't know who the other
I know
one
who
is.
Selena Gomez, but I don't think I've ever. I don't know. I never heard her sing.
What?
I've never
She's
heard of
actually
Selena
good.
Gomez.
She's
I've
actually
never
good.
listened. Number four is Miley Cyrus Flowers.
That's a great song.
I know who Miley Cyrus
It's
is,
a great
obviously,
song,
but I
actually.
don't know. I've never heard the song.
You'd like it, probably. It's a good song.
Number five is Little Dirk
Some
featuring J.
rapper,
Cole.
right? I'm assuming
All
he's
My
a
Life.
rapper. I've heard of him, I think. I don't know him, though.
Six is now so far I'm only on Miley Cyrus singing wise. Number six is Toosii. Toosii.
I have no idea.
No idea. Oh, I know number seven.
This is going to embarrass us to some of us
Number
that are
number
listening.
seven is Taylor Swift featuring Ice Spice. Karma.
T-Swizzle. Let's go, girl.
I've never heard the song, but I know who Taylor Swift is. I don't
How
know who
dare you,
Ice
Richard? How
Spice
dare
is.
you? You don't even deserve to say her name.
I love Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift more than her songs. In a different way. I love Taylor Swift more than her songs.
What was that, number 7?
That was number 7.
Okay.
Number 8 is I'm assuming is SXXXZA.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
SZA. Is it like what's the name of the song? It's like where she kills her boyfriend
Kill
or some
Bill?
shit. Kill Bill. That's a great song, man. That is a really, really good song.
Obviously, I was confusing a Z
The
with X.
radio
So
chops it up really bad now.
I've never heard. No.
It's a good song.
Number 9 is Metro Boomin, featuring
I
The Weeknd,
know that.
21 Savage.
Yeah, I know who that is.
The only reason I know The Weeknd is because of the Super Bowl, and I still cannot name a song.
He has some okay songs.
And number 10 is Eslaban Armando.
No say.
Well, that's the top 10. And so I was familiar with Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. And
Selena Gomez, you just did. And Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, and Selena. You just haven't heard Selena sing, which I find odd.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I might have, but I can't think of it.
She's good.
And to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Wrecking Ball, I probably would have never heard a Miley Cyrus song.
That's a good song. But Flowers is a really, really good song.
Maybe I'm after this. I'm gonna list all top 10 songs.
Flowers.
Oh, I have heard that song.
Oh, yeah, it's a good. I mean, right? It's popular.
I didn't even know that was Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
When we get off this, I'm gonna listen to all top 10 songs and see if I like. Maybe this will. Maybe I'm gonna
Maybe
go to
it's
the
the
Bill
thing. You have to stay up with the people and report back every week.
no, I'm gonna be a month behind though because next month I'm gonna look at the top 10 and I'll list all of them, see if I like any of them and so
It's
maybe I
not
can
it's not a
branch.
weekly thing. The top 10.
It is weekly,
Yeah.
but I would
So.
imagine the top 10 don't change that much weekly.
Yeah.
You're whatever. Who's your boy? Who's number
Morgan
one?
Wallen.
Yeah, it says he's been on there
He's a
21
shit.
weeks.
Yeah, he's awesome. He
That
was a horrible person, I guess, and said a horrible thing, which
last night has been number one for 21
that's a great
weeks
song.
on the chart.
It's, as the kids say, it's a bop.
I don't even know what the hell that means. But all right, well, this is going on too long, anyways. So we'll end it here. Dallas, you have anything else you want to add to that?
Thank you. Please let us know your favorite artists, album, songs, whatever. We're interested to see if you have similar tastes or what you like to expose us to some new stuff. So other than that,
or make fun of us for me.
Well, that I think goes without saying. That's going to happen anyway.
SXAXZA.
SZA.
How the hell do you get SZA from X?
X is pronounced with a Z sound, right? Oh, so it's SZ. It's SZA, correct? SZA.
Yes.
Yeah, S. Yeah, think about it. Gosh, Richard, it's so simple.
I bet his name is like Jim.
It's a her. SZA's a her.
Oh, I bet her name is Jane.
Probably. I seriously doubt that. Actually,
I don't know. Who knows? But if you, anyways, if you want, let's ignore the last 10 minutes. And if you
cannot wait to
the
hear
future,
the comments on
the future episode, reach out. Well, this reminds me. Now I'm going on another tangent because you broke up my exit. This reminds me of in Kato's Discord. She has a channel called what's it called? She put it's a voice channel. She has. God, what's it called? It's called Jason Derulo Fans Only, and it's like a mod channel that her and thing because it was during one of the streams. I don't know who Jason Derulo is.
Oh my goodness!
And she kept saying his stupid name. Like she kept saying Jason Derulo. I was like,
because in his song he says Jason
Derulo. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So she kept saying this. We're in voice chat. She keeps saying Jason Derulo, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. And then I don't know. I think I switched his name, and I said like, I don't know. I forgot what I switched his name. I think it was like Jim or something. Jim Derulo.
Funny.
Jeremy Derulo. Anyway, so that's how there was. And we're in voice chat. Emily shared a screen and played this video, and I was like, I've never heard this song before.
Mm-hmm.
And then she showed a TikTok, and I was like, oh, that's that guy that dances behind people, like whatever. If you want to join us in the future episode, just let us know in the comments. With all that, we will see you next week or in the next couple weeks. Dallas, you have anything else you want to add?
Nope. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate it. See you next time.
All right. See you. Bye-bye.